You're listening to Systemic Error Podcast. The failure was designed.
Top ethics expert claims the new DOJ assurances are a complete scam, based on an article by Amy Goodman, Democracy Now! Blanche is not a guardrail. He is the system they built. The setup. Todd Blanche is moving toward confirmation as Attorney General after Republican senators backed off once he handed them written assurances about Trump's $1.8 billion anti-weaponization fund and a settlement that shielded Trump from IRS scrutiny. The same Blanche has already helped run a Justice Department defined by prosecutions of enemies, protection of allies, and institutional obedience to Trump's political needs. The real job. The issue is not whether Blanche can write cleaner language on paper. The issue is what office he is being asked to occupy and what he has already done with it. Blanche has been central to the administration's most revealing abuses, weaponized prosecutions, the Epstein files mess, and a Justice Department that treats loyalty to Trump as a governing principle. That is the actual record. The Senate is not evaluating a neutral lawyer with a few rough edges. It is blessing the legal arm of Trumpism. Paper as cover. Assurances Blanche gave are not a correction. They are damage control for a deal that should never have existed. A $1.8 billion fund to pay Trump allies is not a policy mistake. It is corruption with a bureaucratic label. The IRS settlement is not some technical dispute either. It is a political arrangement aimed at insulating Trump and his family from scrutiny. Critics are right to call out the loopholes. But even the existence of this paper trail reveals the deeper rot. Trump's legal apparatus is not being used to enforce law, but to manufacture immunity. Punishment first. The Davy Hearn case shows the operating logic in miniature. A man was arrested, handcuffed, held for hours, and charged with a felony over an accusation that collapsed once the facts were examined. Prosecutors then dropped the case, along with others tied to the reflecting pool. That is not a simple error. It is what happens when institutions begin with punishment and work backward toward evidence. Trump attacked the prosecutor for folding, which tells you everything about the administration's standard. Truth matters less than sticking the charge, no matter how flimsy, to someone already selected for suspicion. The Senate's role. Republican Senators John Cornyn and Tom Tillis did not stop a corrupt nomination. They merely extracted a written denial of one especially brazen feature of it and then proceeded with the confirmation process anyway. That is not oversight. That is collaboration with a small procedural pause to create the appearance of independence. The Senate Judiciary Committee is not being asked to defend the Constitution here. It is being asked to normalize a Justice Department that already behaves like a personal legal defense shop for Trump and a punishment machine for his targets. The pattern. This is the recurring structure of Trump-era state power, private gain dressed up as public authority, legal process used as camouflage, and political violence translated into administrative language. The misdirection is deliberate. Corruption is recast as a settlement. Vindictive prosecution is recast as law enforcement. A slush fund becomes a dispute over wording. That is why Blanche matters. He is not an aberration or an awkward nominee who needs supervision. He is the personnel expression of a system that rewards submission, launders abuse through formal procedure, and expects the public to confuse written assurances with restraint. You've been listening to Systemic Error. Thanks to Alternet for today's article. With the automated voice of Sam, thanks for listening.